Yeah, it's true. I have seen the Odyssey. And yeah, it's good. I mean, I definitely have some negatives, but those will come later along with my rating and ranking of the Odyssey among Nolan films. Oh shit, yeah. So this is the only Nolan I have on DVD, so that's why it's here. Editor, can you please put a picture of the Odyssey there, and we'll leave that on there for the rest of the freaking video. Thank you. This is your spoiler warning for the Odyssey. Three, two, one. Okay, now let's get into the positives. My first positive is that all the important scenes are done very well. All of the scenes of the actual Odyssey are done masterfully. The Cyclops scene is great. The siren scene is great. The scene with the giants is great. They have a fucking wacky name and I can't think of it right now. So, but you know who I'm talking about. That scene's great, and the music in all these is fucking amazing. So all those scenes are done incredibly well. The six-headed monster, the Cersei scene is so peak. Seriously, I was not expecting that. The horror inspiration that this film took, and I love it. The horror inspiration is a great aspect, and I really want to see Nolan delve into that horror aspect a lot more, and I hope he does a horror movie next. That'll be awesome. That's definitely, I can see more his lane. Oh my god, and the Siege of Troy too. All the Siege of Troy stuff is I don't even know. Like, so that's the thing. We're gonna delve deeper into this, into the negatives, but all of these scenes are done so incredibly well that the filler is very obvious, and that causes some drag in the filler, and that is one of my main complaints when we get to the negatives. But I just wanted to talk about it now because we're talking about the important scenes. And that kind of brings me to my next point. The Cyclops is so freaking cool. The Cyclops is fucking awesome. Okay, I mean, he definitely did that practically. For starters, how? Secondly, that's badass. Anyways, it's so scary. The like eeriness of it is I really appreciate, and I love that. I love that scene. Oh, and this is more technical, but the focus pulling is so interesting. Just like the slow focus pulling instead of cutting, which is really nice. I love that part. But that's mainly in the Athena scenes, and it happens a few other times, but that's a great part. The music is peak, and I talked about this a little bit before, but the music is I love the music, and I was going into it. It kind of started off a little bit slow on the music, if I'm being honest. I didn't love it, and towards the beginning, but then it picked up, and I love the scene where they go to the island with the giants on it, and the music's like techno. I love that because it unsettles you. It puts you in this place where it makes you feel out of place. It makes the whole entire scene just feel out of place through the music. It's a great way to provoke emotion. To keep talking about the music, the Siren song is perfect. I think it's just like called Sirens. It's so beautiful, and I love that when Odysseus gets home and sees Penelope, that the siren song starts playing to signify that's who he's been waiting for. That's who his deepest desire, and that he can't have it, kind of thing, which he talks about earlier in the film. So that is just perfect. Yeah, that siren song is great, and it just does give that emotional pull and that weight of what it means for Odysseus to be returned, to be back with Penelope. Okay, I'm gonna stand up. I'm not really vibing with this. There we go. Framing's a bit. It's probably good. All right. And I think one of the best parts of the movies is the scene where the truth about the siege of Troy is kind of revealed to the audience, and when Odysseus is talking to Penelope, and it's always talked about as this like glorious moment, and Odysseus is like highly respected for the plan of the Trojan horse, and until then there was no doubt that it was like this glorious thing, and it kind of makes that shift from, oh, this is a glorious thing, to being like an atrocious thing. And that's one of my favorite parts of the movie, and it delves into this commentary about how war is talked about, and how highly regarded war can be talked about, and how respected war is, and that there should be that shift, and that a lot of people in war don't see it as this great thing. Okay, and there should be that shift of being like, yeah, it's not a good thing, and yeah, we need to do better. Now I'm gonna get into something later that kind of brings this scene down a little bit for me, that doesn't make it the peak of the movie, but for now, just know that scene is fucking great, and it is one of my favorites, even with this negative that I'll bring up later. that brings it down. And also in that scene, it's revealed that Athena has been coming to him in this portrayal of a person who represents his darkest moment, and if you've his most shameful moment, and if you've seen the movie, you know that by the end, Zendaya's face is shown at the siege of Troy, and she's getting executed. It's not really made clear who Zendaya's character is at Troy, but and I've seen some things of people being like, "Oh, who even is Zendaya? Is she Athena?" Yeah. She's Athena. No one's coming to him, and like it's Athena, dude. Oh my god. Okay, so I need to talk about this. Anne Hathaway is the best actor in this film by far. Like, not even close. Like, Robert Pattinson kind of almost hits there. Robert Pattinson is almost close. If he got more screen time and had more of a chance to like actually like impact the movie, then it might be close, but it's not. Anne Hathaway kills the fuck out of this. It's insane. Every scene she's in, she's just portraying. It's just that might be the stupidest thing I've ever said, because obviously she's portraying, but like it's just like it feels real and it feels good and it feels raw and it feels emotional, and it's fucking good. It's really good, and she's definitely the best. And yeah, that's gonna lead into a negative right now, but let's get into the negatives. Yeah, so on that note of Anne Hathaway being the best, she is just constantly acting against brick walls of emotion, just absolute nothingness. Just literally, she's acting against fake people, like nothing burgers of any emotion, any resemblance of what an actual person would do. Matt Damon. I cannot even imagine how people are like comparing everybody, like, oh, he's gonna win best. Like, brother, he's not gonna win best actor. It's hilarious to even think that he might have a chance at winning. It's hilarious to think he might get nominated. I'm getting nothing from him. Nothing. Penelope's crying about him about to leave and go home, and I'm getting nothing. He's gonna leave Penelope, and he's all like, I just have to. Like, brother, shut up. Show some emotion. She's crying. She's crying at you. And you are just, damn, that's tough. Like, that's your response. Sure, fine, yeah, cool. No, it's not cool. It's fucked up. Like, you're Matt Damon, and you're playing Odysseus. I know he's supposed to be like, my door opened. I know he's supposed to be all like fucking stoic and shit, but like, you can have some emotion. You can show something. You don't have to be completely feelingless. That really ticked me off. Like, seriously, the only actor that I felt was like basically real when talking to Anne Hathaway was Robert Pattinson, when Robert Pattinson's trying to marry her. It's just disappointing because there's so many A-listers in this movie for there to be this many performances that I'm just not connected to at all. Okay, yeah, here's a solid one. The beginning is not great. The beginning drags heavy because it's a lot of the filler. Like, it's a lot of just like, it felt, and I wrote this down, I felt like a highlight reel of like what's going on, and it felt purely expositional, which is fine if it was done well and it wasn't jumping around so much. These seamless, like these cuts from past to present, past to present, past to present, future. It was so jarring in that first act that I just didn't. It was hard to stay like. It was hard to take it seriously, kind of thing. So there was that, which annoyed me. Where I think the entire movie should have opened is that scene of him walking on that sandbar, and then he walks over and talks to Calypso. That scene would have been a banger opening shot, and it would have been awesome for us to get all of the exposition about everyone in their family through that scene. But I mean, obviously he's remembering it, but like, maybe he goes there and he's talking to Calypso and he's remembering things about the Trojan War. But as he's going through it, maybe we get more setup of the Trojan War instead of just jumping right into the Trojan War when he talks to Calypso. So maybe more setup. Opening on. I feel like opening on freaking Sinon getting shot or getting killed is so, like, it's such a cop-out for Nolan to be able to do that, like, time thing he does where, oh, different perspective, look at this different perspective. Like, you don't have to put it there. Put it after he's talking to Calypso. Have him talk about setting up the Trojan War and being like, we had a horse or something, and say that to Calypso, and then you show that scene, and then later in the movie, when he's explaining the entrance into Troy, then you show the Nolan thing where it's just like a different perspective. That would have been cool, but no, I just feel like the first act is so poorly written up until when he talks to Calypso in the Cyclops scene. Those scenes are peak, and then it gets good, But like, dude, I feel like the movie would have been way better, and it wouldn't even cut into it would shorten the runtime by like this much. It's not like it would have given us less content either. Maybe I'm cooked here. Maybe this is a stupid L take from me, but like, I just feel like that would have made the movie so much better, and it would have made it pace so much better, and it would have made it just roll better. Now, this is what I really want to talk about. In the book, it's a story of hubris, right? It's a story of Odysseus being prideful and making the wrong decisions because of that. My problem is you can't say like he's this fucking great general, and that he's this like or commander or whatever he is, and he's just like he's so smart and he's insane, and then he keeps making these stupid decisions. He's stupid. He's an idiot. And it's pissing me off because they keep talking about him like, oh my, the great Odysseus who did he ran the siege of Troy. He got the Trojan horse. Like, brother, he's a two-trick pony here, okay? Siege of Troy and the freaking Circe scene. When their rings were on the table, it's not that hard to come to that conclusion. All these arrogant decisions that he makes forces you to stop rooting for him to get home because he's unlikable. He keeps putting his fucking a squad or team or whatever. He keeps putting his men into danger, just constantly. He's just, yeah, I'll shoot the Cyclops in the eye for no fucking reason. They're gonna, and I'll fucking tell the freaking people on the boats and the giants to wait so that your one guy can. That's like the freaking trolley problem. And he made the wrong decision. He wanted to save this one guy over, and I don't know. Maybe he's a lot more important than I'm letting on. Maybe his life is more important. I don't know. I didn't read the book, and I don't know much about the character that he is. It Himesh Patel? Is that the name of the actor? So yeah, Himesh Patel. Yeah. Himesh Patel did great. His performance. Sorry, I'm closing this real quick. Going back. Okay, so Himesh Patel's performance was great. He was trying to get on that boat on the island with the giants, and Odysseus is like, wait, we have to wait for him. And then they lose 2 boats because of it. They lose 2 boats and probably a dozen men. Probably more than a dozen men. And that's the thing. Like, you can't. If he's this great battle strategist, he should know that saving all of your men or losing 3 men and one of your best friends is better than losing all of your men, 2/3 of your men. Yeah, in the filler drags, this is something I wrote down in this section, but I already talked about it a little bit, so I'm just going to gloss over it. So a lot of the things that are happening at home while Odysseus is out are just not as interesting as the stuff on the Odyssey, and that causes the peak of the film to be the Cyclops scene. That's my favorite scene. I think that's the peak of the movie, and then like the 2, 3, and 4 are like all of the other Odyssey scenes, and then 5 would probably be the scene of him re-explaining the siege of Troy. If all of the best scenes in the movie are in the first half, it causes the back end to drag even more. Because anything that's not the Odyssey is treated like filler. Okay, another thing. Okay, this film repeats the Zeus's hospitality scene, the Zeus's law thing, so many times. It's like back to back. Every time they're with someone in a new area, they're like, "Oh, what about Zeus's law? What about Zeus's hospitality? We have to be kind to travelers." Like, mention it twice. Mention it like 3 times max, and we'll get it. We're not stupid. The movie is treating us like we're idiots, which is not. That's not how you write well, and I feel like that's a disappointing thing because I've always thought. And this might be a hot take for me. I've always thought Christopher Nolan is a better writer than director. I always thought he was lackluster in the directing department, and that's probably a hot take, but that's just always been a take of mine. And the writing in this film, it was good, but there's so much to be improved on. And there's so many like basic level like thing with that, like don't treat your audience like they're stupid. like treat your audience like they're smart. Like that's such a basic level thing that I know as like I'm writing like short films right now and to just get the experience, and I know that. And it's like these basic level things that you should be getting and you're not, and I don't know why he didn't get that. Like he's a great writer. I think Oppenheimer is written phenomenally. I think freaking Inception's written amazingly. I think so many of these films that he's made are just have amazing writing and have amazing purpose and have amazing scenarios. And I think this movie has some of that with the Odyssey. With everything with the Odyssey has those amazing scenarios and some great lines chasing the escaping sun I already brought up. But like, dude, there's so many parts that like it really just hammers this hospitality thing in your face. And I'm just like, dude, chill. We're not idiots. I understand. I'll remember. It's 3 hours. It's not freaking Lawrence of Arabia, dude. I mean, I don't know. Okay, this is the biggest negative I've brought up so far. Okay, this is one of the most infuriating things about the film. Right after one of my favorite scenes, which I brought up before, the recontextualizing of the siege of Troy and all of that being like, okay, this like great commentary on war and how this violence is terrible and not justified. We get a 30-minute scene of Odysseus massacring the suitors. We get a 30-minute scene of Odysseus fucking doing justified violence, which is my least favorite trope in American Hollywood ever, is justified violence. My thing is, if you didn't be like all this, I hate war, it was terrible, then it would be fine. Then it'd be like, okay, I hate that trope, but at least they're not going back on the fucking moral that they taught us 10 minutes ago. And it's a great scene. It's a great, the choreography's great, and it's fun. Yeah, so I don't know. But maybe I'm like a stupid pacifist, so maybe that's just me. But the justified violence is just fucking not justified at all. Just kick them out. Kick them out. It's not that hard. This brings me to a major point I want to bring up in this film, is that the fetishizing of freaking violence and justified violence and being like, okay, yeah, they're killing people, but morally it's fine because they did blah, 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 is one of the worst things to come out of Hollywood. And it just, there's no positives with that trope. It makes people and kids growing up, and I know I'm going to sound old when I say this, but I believe this genuinely. It takes these people who are young and growing up and shows them that it's okay to hurt other people if they hurt you, an eye for an eye type shit. But it's not. It's not okay to hurt people. It's any pain that you inflict on another person is morally unjustified. There's no moral justification of hurting people. And I hate that we act like there is, and that as a society we go, yeah, no, it's fine because of this. It's fine because of that. You can't make excuses for it. It's automatically bad, okay? You kill a family member of mine, I kill your family member, that's 2 people gone instead of 1. That's making the problem worse. Yeah, that's just something that that's just, I don't know. I don't want to hark on it, but it's fucking annoying. I'm just going to point out that this video is going to be shorter, and a lot of these recent release videos are going to be shorter because I just like to go over what I like and what I don't like. With these videos, I don't want to like do these deep dive that I usually do with all of my other videos, like where I go through everything in the movie and then I like find like the deep reasoning to why everything happens. I just like to do positives and negatives because that's funner. And also, I have less time to think about it, and I just want to get this video to you guys. But I'll definitely talk more about the Odyssey on my stream. Once again, Twitch, socials are in the description. To get to my rating, this is a solid 8.4 for me. 8.3, 8.4. It's in that range of 8 to 8.5. There's a lot to love. There's a lot to love, but I think there's too much good too early. And then there's like annoying plot points later that go back on their morals and the lessons, so that pisses me off. It's definitely not my favorite movie of the year so far. My favorite movie is the drama. There's just too much not to love for it to be the best movie this year. And I'm just more excited for Dune Part 3, and I think Dune Part 3 is going to be better. So I think once it's all said, Dune Part 3 will probably be my favorite movie of the year. So here, I'll put my ranking right here for the Odyssey among Nolan films. It's solid. It's a mid-tier Nolan. It's better than fucking Interstellar, that's for sure. The cinematography is something that continues to be very bland in Nolan films. Just like I said, not interesting, and I feel like a lot of Nolan films just don't show that personality that I really want to see in a film, and I think Nolan has always been lacking of that. It's so clean, and I don't love it. Shooting fucking 16 millimeter, dude. Shooting 16 millimeter, it's better. IMAX just steals all the personality from it, and that's one of the things I hate the most. Now, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and thank you, even a larger thank you to the Platform 77 for being a great supporter and requesting this review. So thank you so much, Platform. Yeah, that's about all I got. So have a good one. Please tell me you're still recording. 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 Yes. The computer's still recording, guys. All right, see ya.